Right, so let's go back to the subscription model of the API marketplace we've decided to source capability from for our dating platform. We take the subscription package values as per the model. And plug them into our calculation model as displayed. Then we plug in our API call estimations per month. So we've taken a worst case scenario that all users log in via Facebook on the platform. This is not a far-fetched scenario because even some users log in via Google account or other social media accounts. Using the login via Google account API, for example, would cost the same amount per API call. You then end up with a small number of users who choose to remember their login details, who may decide at a later stage to change that as they keep forgetting their details. Notice that the figure doesn't match the total we estimated in our assumptions. That's because the API marketplace gives us 500 free API calls, so we only pay per call once we exceed 500 calls. We multiply the number of calls by the rate of each subscription package as per column marked 3 so that we can compare and end up with the cost values as described by the column marked 4. This means that if you're on a freemium package of the API marketplace, you'll pay R1 for each of the 248,700 login by Facebook calls made by your users per month on average, having subtracted the first free 500 calls the API marketplace gives you. Let's now look at the matching API. You subtract the 500 free calls from the total number of matching requests. Remember, these are the matching requests made by paying users, and we've agreed that for those matching requests we'll go in depth and use an algorithm that uses the outcome of personality tests of the users being matched. So the API being called here is the one that performs personality tests and gives the outcome to our dating platform to run the matching algorithm. We've assumed in this case that you're given 500 free API calls per month for each API you purchase in the marketplace. Some marketplaces give you the total free calls across the portfolio of APIs you've purchased. Others give you 500 free calls per API. It depends on the business rules of the marketplace you're using. We deal with the subscription API now. So a call to this API will be made when monthly subscriptions have to be collected for subscribed users, as every time a subscription has to be validated for a user, and this will happen every time the user attempts to use a paid feature. An alternative way of going about it is to poll the subscription platform daily for a database of users who are up to date with their subscriptions, and then reference this table to authenticate a user. This presents a serious revenue leakage issue though, because someone can run a hack that just updates this table daily with non-paying users. Your own employees can get their cousins to sign up, then add their unique IDs to this table for free. Ultimately, it's about weighing the cost of the higher number of API calls against the costs of heightened cybersecurity, which you're going to need in any case, as well as revenue assurance and fraud leakage detection capability. We move on to the payments facilitation API. Again, worst case scenario is that all subscribed users select PayPal to pay, It's not a bad assumption because the rest of your users may select the credit card payment method if that's the only other method. You may opt to use an API for this e-commerce capability instead of building it yourself. The API calls for this method of payment would cost the same per call if you're sourcing them from the same marketplace. We follow the same process for the content moderation API. Okay, now we have to factor the monthly subscription into the process of calculating the costs related to sourcing capability from the API marketplace. So on a monthly basis, for the estimated number of users at the estimated capability usage, these are the costs per API as well as in total, both for the subscription and for the estimated number of calls. A quick ingestion of the figures again. So the paying users, right? They are the ones through which we effectively have a business. We might do some advertising on the platform considering the target market, but ultimately, paying users is how we're monetizing our platform. How much do they pay for the service we give them? Well, we've done some market analysis and decided that 599 Rand per month makes a fair subscription cost for users to access the paid features on our platform. At the number of paying users we've estimated, the revenue per month is as depicted. Not bad at all to bring in on a monthly basis with such a small user base. So if we just thumbsuck some staff expenses, say a handful of developers and analytics practitioners, digital marketing specialists and a few admin staff, as well as admin expenses such as digital targeted advertising, influencer marketing, digital banners and so forth, we end up with the costs depicted per month. We add the costs of our API marketplace usage, assuming we're on the freemium package. Ending up with the operations costs as depicted. With a profit figure as depicted. A few strategic decision issues must already be jumping out at you at this point. Let's now play around with the few levers we have to improve our business case. So if we double our user base, and our conversion rate stays the same, Like the same model of API calls across the number of APIs we're sourcing from the API marketplace, we improve our profit as depicted. Now let's go back to the original number of users, but rather increase our subscription price for our users. The next result is almost the same, assuming we can maintain the same conversion rate at a higher price. In this last scenario, we keep the user base the same, the price the same, and rather increase our conversion rate through perhaps a better marketing strategy. The result is also similar. Suffices to say, if you are able to move a combination of the given levers at the same time, or better still make better strategic choices, the situation works out even better. So for the freemium package we've chosen, this is pretty much what the cost picture looks like. So as a value constructor or analytics translator, you can play around with a few business rules, map out a few of these scenarios across different API marketplace packages, and discuss them with your commercial manager to map a few business case options and see where you come out. And that's it! We've come to the end of our series. Now go out there and venture, one capability building block at a time. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.